Every week, hundreds of thousands of people flock to the Vatican to see him during his public appearances. The affection seems to be mutual. Time and time again, he has broken protocol, taking his time to greet the faithful. He says he praises God by praising his creations.
Non si possono, infatti, costruire ponti tra gli uomini dimenticando Dio. Ma vale anche il contrario. Non si possono vivere legami veri con Dio ignorando gli altri.
No doubt, he has a good head on his shoulders, but also a passionate heart towards people, for his people, for the humble. Let's say he doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk.
I am a single mother of 3. He is the godfather of my youngest son, Alejandro Jorge, obviously named after him. That's a very important thing. We all have acquaintances, but very few friends. Jorge is my friend.
One day, I was visiting a patient at the Muniz Hospital, which treats patients with HIV. I inaugurated a small prison there 21 years ago. Back then, an inmate told me, when I was arrested, my mom, who had cancer, took care of my 5 children. Cardinal Bergoglio is giving her a monthly pension so that economically she can make ends meet.
As a priest, I lived through difficult times. He was like a father figure. He was close to me and showed me respect, which encouraged me a lot.
We used to go to the Manuelita Chapel. He celebrated Mass and I was a student. When we arrived one Sunday, the sacristan, who is Italian, was crying. She had just found out that her mother, who lived in a small Italian village, was sick, and she had no way of making the trip out there. Remember, these are humble people. So we joined her, comforted her, and tried to pray with her. The Mass was at noon. At about 1 o'clock, we went back to the Maximo, our seminary, and he suddenly told me, "Go on and give this to Assunta, the sacristan." It was a round-trip ticket to Italy. He said, "Tell her she can come back when her mother gets well, or once she says her farewells." I told her, "Father Jorge sends you this." It's something that comes naturally to him.
My younger son answered the phone. He said, "Hello? Oh, hi, Uncle." I nearly grabbed the phone from his hand. The only thing I was able to ask him was, "How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you?" "I'm fine, don't worry." And I told him, "Thanks for calling." He said, "Did you think I wouldn't call?" I could just see his face. It was an extremely moving call. He told me, "Look, it happened and I accepted." And I said, "How do you feel?" He replied, "I'm okay, don't worry." So then I said, "Well, you look great on television," because he really did have a radiant expression on his face. I said, "Look, I would really like to give you a hug." Then he said, "Believe me, we are hugging each other. We are close together and you are close to my heart." I remember I said something like, "Oh, Jorge, I have so many things to tell you, but I've forgotten everything." He burst into laughter. He joked. It's not easy to understand how one feels when you are talking to your brother, but your brother is the Pope. It's very complicated. Very, very complicated.
The best advice he gave me? To stay close to the church. I have addiction problems, so I got to know him through the Hogar de Cristo project.
Por el ámbito del hogar de Cristo y siempre
He would always tell us to stay close to God.
a Dios.
I think that above all, he's a person who is showing the world that he is willing to give up whatever is necessary for the common good, but he will also call on all those people who are in high places, both in a political and a religious sense, to take action and rise to the occasion. I think this alone will mean a major change in the world.
Y él siempre se la va a ingeniar.
He is constantly looking for ways to do what he knows he has to do. For example, he is always trying to be with the needy, the poor. At the same time, he's looking to make decisions that he believes will be good for the church.
Él vea que sean buenos para la iglesia.
The idea of walking is a concept he always mentions. It's a sort of constant in his homilies. The question is, where are we going? Even if you don't know specifics, the intention is there. The intention to build a better world, a world where God can be closer to mankind.
In Rome, Jorge Bergoglio acts just like he did back in Buenos Aires, but now he is the successor of Peter, and his flock is the Catholic world.
Siento que la iglesia abrió sus puertas.
I feel like the church has opened its doors and said, "Here I am, I belong to everyone, not just to a single continent."
Todos, no de un solo continente. Siento que
I feel like the church is saying,
yo soy,
I also belong to those who have different beliefs,
tienen otras creencias,
and even those who do not believe at all.
creen también.
He became a Jesuit because he wanted to be a missionary in Japan. But he stayed in his homeland. He couldn't travel because of his health. Now he is a missionary to the world. For hours, millions of people kept their eyes on this chimney. Some were just curious, others devout Catholics. Everyone hoped whoever was elected would help build a better world. The answer is Francis, a pontiff who has surprised mankind for leading the Catholic Church not as a distant leader, but up close as the people's pope.
Reconoce el derecho, ay, disculpe.
In international law, Mr. President, Portugal recognized the right to... One moment, please.
No, lo mismo.
I'm sorry, we are waiting for the name of the new pope, so everyone is calling me right now in Portugal. I'm sorry, but it is a very emotional moment. I've been called by 4 or 5 different people.
Bueno.
Bergoglio has been elected. Looks like Bergoglio is the new pope. Bergoglio? That's what they're saying.
La verdad, presidente,
Por favor, senadora Negre.
Well, Mr. President, I request an interruption. I'm sorry, but I can't continue my speech. I'm too excited.
como católica, como argentina,
As a Catholic, as an Argentinian citizen, to all those in the world who are Catholics, and for those who are not, I ask your forgiveness.
y como argentino me
We have our new chief.
siento orgullosa.
As an Argentinian, I feel extremely proud of this hero, this martyr, this man who has given his life for the church through perseverance and loyalty.
Me pongo
I symbolically stand up for the new leader of the Catholic Church,
de la Iglesia Católica,
to the successor of St. Peter, to the representative of Christ on earth.
de Cristo en la tierra, y se me
My heart swells with pride because an Argentinian brother has taken that role.
ocupar el lugar. Gracias, presidente.